Good morning children. Welcome back to English online class of Sri Gokulam Public School, Guruvayur. How are you all doing children? I hope all my dear children are safe and happy at home. Yes? Okay, then let's get started. We are discussing lesson 4 adjectives from our grammar text. We have already discussed what is an adjective and the types of adjectives. Which are the types of adjectives that we discussed? Interrogative adjectives and demonstrative adjectives. Which are the demonstrative adjectives? This, that, these and those. And which are the interrogative adjectives? What, which and whose. Today we will discuss degrees of adjectives or degrees of comparison. Now I have something to share with you. Actually I am really disappointed because most of you have given me incorrect answers for the test that we conducted in our previous class. The answers for the first 3 questions were right, but the fourth one, it was a tricky question. I just want to know how much you got the concept. But you have made it wrong. You have given me an incorrect response. What was the fourth question? What have you planned for your vacation? So after what, after the word what is the next word? The next word is have. Have, is it a noun? No, it's not a noun. It's not a name of anything. It's not a name. So it is a verb. Have is a verb. It is an helping verb. So after the question words like what, which, whose, if there are verbs, it's not an interrogative adjective. Only if there are nouns after these question words, after what, which and whose, if there are nouns after these question words, then it becomes an interrogative adjective. Okay children? Okay, don't repeat the mistake again. Similarly, this is the same in case of demonstrative adjective. If there are no nouns after the demonstratives like this, that, these and those, then it doesn't become an demonstrative adjective. Only if there are nouns after these demonstratives, then it becomes an demonstrative adjective. For example, these animals are extinct. Is there a noun after these? Yes, animals is a noun. So it becomes a demonstrative adjective. These are wild animals. Is these in this sentence a demonstrative adjective? No, this is not a demonstrative adjective because after these the next word is are. These are wild animals. Are is not a noun, it is a helping verb or it's a verb. So it cannot be an demonstrative adjective. It cannot be a demonstrative adjective. These are wild animals. That is not a demonstrative adjective. That becomes a demonstrative pronouns. Okay. So demonstrative adjective means after these demonstratives, it should be followed by a noun. There should be a noun after the demonstratives like this, that, these and those. Then it becomes a demonstrative adjective. Similarly, in case of interrogative adjectives, after what, which and whose, there should be a noun. Only then it can be an interrogative adjective. Okay, if there are verbs, it's not an interrogative adjective. Okay, I hope you understood it clearly and don't repeat the mistake again. Okay, now let's move to our new topic, degrees of comparison or degrees of adjectives. So children, by now you're familiar with the topic adjectives, isn't it? You all know what is an adjective. What are adjectives? Adjectives are describing words. It describes a noun or it modifies a noun or pronoun. So adjectives are words that describes the noun. For example, it is a rainy day. Here, which is the noun? Noun is day. And which is the adjective? Rainy. How am I describing the word day? I am describing it as rainy. I can say it is a sunny day or it is a cloudy day or it is a windy day. So all these words, sunny, cloudy, windy, rainy, all these are describing words because they describe the word day, how the day is. They describe how the day is. So they are called describing words or they are called adjectives. Now children, look at the book in my hand. It is a small book. So how am I describing this book? I am telling it as a small book. I am describing the book as a very small one. Now if I take another book here, so how is this book? So this book is smaller than this book. This book is smaller than this book. Now let me take one more book. How is this book? So when we are comparing these books, I can say this is the smallest book or I can say this is the biggest book. This is biggest of these 3 books, isn't it? So here what am I doing? I am comparing the things. I am comparing one thing to another. So here we are going to study degrees of adjectives or degrees of comparison. and we use degrees of comparison or degrees of adjective in order to compare one person or one thing to another. So when do we use degrees of comparison or degrees of adjectives? We use degrees of comparison in order to compare one thing to another or one item to another. Now here I showed you an example how I compared 3 books, isn't it? So the first degree of comparison is called positive degree. The second one is called comparative degree of comparison, and the third one is called the superlative degree. So we have 3 degrees of comparisons, and we use these 3 degrees of comparisons in order to compare one person or one thing to another. Now let's study degrees of comparisons in detail. The first one, positive degree. In positive degree, we use only the basic form of an adjective. For example, he is a young boy. Here, which is a describing word or the word that describes a noun? It is young. And which is a noun? Noun is boy. It is boy here. So here, the describing word is young. And that example, if I say he is a smart boy, or he is a fat boy, he is a thin boy, he is a brilliant boy. So all these words, the words that I use to describe the noun or the words that I use to describe boy, the word boy, are called adjectives. All these are adjectives, and these are the basic form of adjectives because I haven't used any letters after young, or I haven't used any words before young. So it is a basic form of degree of comparison. Positive degree is a basic form of an adjective. After the words like young, fat, brilliant, clever, I haven't used any letters or any words before it. Now let's come to the second one, comparative degree. In comparative degree, we compare 2 things. We compare one person or one thing to another. In comparative degree, we make comparison between 2 things. 2 things or 2 persons or 2 objects. When 2 items are compared, we use comparative degree. And we use the letters like ER after the word, or we use more before the word, before the adjective. For example, take the word young itself. Young is a basic form of an adjective. It is a positive degree. Now if I add letters like ER to young, younger, it becomes comparative degree. And if I use more before the word like beautiful, more beautiful, then it becomes comparative degree. So how can we form a comparative degree? By adding the word more before to the adjective or adding ER after the adjective. Okay, after the basic form of adjective, then it becomes a comparative degree. And when we form sentences, when we frame sentences, we use he is younger than his sister. He is younger than his sister. See, here I am comparing 2 persons. I am comparing that boy with his sister. So when I am comparing 2 things or 2 persons, then I will have to use comparative degree with the words than. With the word than. I have to say he is younger than his sister. So I have used the letters ER and I have also used the word than. If you see these letters and if you see the word than, then it is surely a comparative degree. So when do we use comparative degree? When we want to compare 2 items. The third one is superlative degree. We use superlative degree in order to compare more than 2 things. For example, he is the youngest member in the family. That means he is the youngest, all others are elder than him. So how can we form superlative degree? We can form superlative degree by using the letters EST, or we can add most before the adjective form. Before the basic adjective form, we can use most. As we said, more beautiful, we can say most beautiful. Most beautiful becomes superlative degree. Or if I say Akbar is the greatest ruler in India. Greatest ruler means is the greatest king in India. The greatest. So when we frame sentences with superlative degree, we use the word the greatest. So I have used the letters EST after the basic form great. Great is a adjective. Great is an adjective. So I have used EST after the basic adjective form great. So it becomes superlative degree. So when we want to compare more than 2 things, we use the superlative degree, and when we want to compare only 2 things, we use this comparative degree, and when there are no comparisons, we use a positive degree. Okay, children? So if I say he is a young boy, so it is a positive degree, and if I say he is younger than his sister, it is a comparative degree. If I say he is the youngest member in the family, then it is a superlative degree. I hope you understood what is a positive degree and comparative degree and superlative degree, isn't it? Sometimes we will have to use more or most before the adjective forms. We cannot always use ER or EST to make the comparative degree and the superlative degree. So sometimes we will have to use more or most. Sometimes it will be irregular. For example, it is a good bag. So the comparative degree of good is better. This bag is better than that. So it is better is the comparative degree. For example, if I say he is the best student in the class. So best is the superlative degree. So I have used the before the superlative degree best. So good, better, best. So there are some irregular adjectives also. There are some irregular degrees of comparison. Always we cannot add more or most or ER or EST to the adjective forms. Sometimes we will have to change it totally. Just like good, there is bad is also bad, worse or worst. I think now you can do the textual exercises by yourself. So try to do the textual exercises. I have given you some model answers. So try to do according to that. So I hope you understood today's topic clearly. That's all for today. Let's wind up the session.